Hello friends and foes, and welcome back to another video. That was Sophia Nygaard's intro, hang on. Hello friends and foes, and welcome back. What should I be welcoming you back to? The channel? Welcome back to the rocking chair. Let me know in the comment what you think about that. Anyway, so recently I've been seeing a lot of videos that have a person sitting there and they have like a line down their face, and one side has a check and the other side has an X. And they do their makeup, and the X side is usually like 2016 style makeup, and the correct side is usually the modern trends. And I just thought that it was kind of weird that we are putting a definitive correct and incorrect way to do your makeup. No hate to anyone who has made one of those videos, or if you enjoy watching those videos, they're very cool, very talented makeup artists. I just think it's kind of weird that we're saying there is a definitive correct way and a definitive incorrect way, and they do not cross. Do not do the incorrect way. You'll be arrested immediately. And I started thinking, I kind of want to do my own version of this. What can I do? So being a historian, I thought, what if this video existed for every changing decade in the past 100 years? Okay, 110 years. What if we said 1910 makeup is wrong, 1920s makeup is right? What if we did that for every change in trend and fad? I filmed it, and I did my best on the research. I know not all of it is 100% historically accurate. In fact, none of it's 100% historically accurate. Let's get to it. So as it turns out, I'm not exactly the best at the whole TikTok style editing, so for the rest of the video you shall be stuck with me, the voiceover. Sorry about that. I also feel like this way is going to allow me to fit more information into the short segments. So with all that said, I'm going to turn it over to 1943 voiceover me. And that would be me, 1940s voiceover redacted. Welcome back, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Let's get started. As pale skin was still rather fashionable, start with a pale foundation or powder, whichever you prefer. Add a thick coat to cover all of your blemishes, and now let's see the proper way to do it, shall we? Because many things are rationed here in war times, add a thin layer foundation to your face, if you have it. If not, powder will do. Eyebrows in the 30s were plucked for the first time and redrawn very thin. This was popularized by Hollywood actresses. 40s brows were kept thick and natural. After all, we don't have the metal to waste on tweezers when there's a war going on. Eyebrow pencils were used if one had access, and if not, some burnt cork on the end of a brush could be brushed into the brows to darken them up just a touch. This technique is also used for liners and mascaras. Now on to rouge. Rouge in the 30s was applied very high on the cheekbone and just under the eye. It was bright red. You will note that this is very similar to the 1920s makeup tutorial. I suppose not many things changed between the two. Also, I'm not sure why I'm vaguely British, as this is an American makeup tutorial. 40s rouge was well blended and kept towards the back of the face as more of a contour and rouge duo. Oh, I'm American again, that's lovely. And here you can see the different effect that the two distinct shapes have on your face. Powder was crucial for the 1930s look as well as the 40s. It helps set the face and make it last all day. In the 30s, if one could afford it, they had excess powder all over their face. Powder was equally as crucial, if not more crucial, in the 40s, even though lighter, more mortise layers were used. Powder could be made from all sorts of things, cornstarches, whatever you had access to, as rations were heavy. Eye makeup was still around in the 30s, and bright colours became slightly more prominent. Here in the 40s, however, we go for a bit more mortise colour. If you have a nice taupe or brown, you could apply that to your lid. The real magic here is in the liner. A black or brown liner just across the lid is very necessary. As for mascara, 30s did heavy mascara on both the top and bottom lashes for a more rounded look, same as the 20s. 40s, a mortise layer on the top lashes is plenty. 30s lips did differ from the 20s rounded lip style. 30s lips were rounder and fuller, especially on the top, instead of the small doll lips that we associate with the 30s. Here in the 40s, however, lipstick is crucial. It is rumored that Hitler himself hates makeup on women, especially red lipstick. For this reason, it's very patriotic to have a bright red lip. Also, red lipstick is one of the few items that was not rationed. Some women have even written that red lips helps you turn a smile even on the darkest days. And there we have it, dear friends. Don't forget to buy some War Bonds and paint your lips bright red, as it is very patriotic. And now it's time to welcome you to the 60s. It's time to get groovy. Back in the 50s, only a light layer of foundation was used, and it was blended well. The natural look was still a thing, I guess. Here in the 60s, we cake it up. Thick layer of foundation, no skin showing through. Also, now that it is the 60s, we use lighter shade foundation or concealer on our under eye to give it a nice little extra pop. 50s rouge was peachy and placed in a nice little circle on the upper cheek. Here in the 60s, our rouge is up high and nice and shiny. I'm also gonna pop on this new technique called contour. One thing the 50s does right is powder, lots of powder. It helps to really make the high points of your face a lot brighter. So we're going to do the same thing for the 50s and 60s side. 50s brows could either be thin and rounded like Marilyn or thick and straight like Audrey. I went for a bit more of thick. 60s brows are plucked underneath and then filled in to give some nice structure. 50s shadows consisted of mostly brown tones focused on the outer edge of the eye. Again, the magic is in the liner. Here in the 60s, we like to get a bit funky by applying a white eyeshadow to the lid. That's really going to make the lid pop. And next, you're going to add a brown color to the crease and above the crease. 60s eye makeup takes inspiration from 20s eye makeup, which means it focuses on the eyes, nice rounded shapes. Now, using a liner, liquid or otherwise, either one works, we're going to give ourselves a cat eye, and then go underneath our eye just a touch, and pluck on some fake lashes. And speaking of lashes, for mascara on the 50s, we're going to do a nice thin coat on just the top lashes. 60s is once again top and bottom lashes for the first time since the 20s. Audrey Hepburn famously used a pink lipstick, so let's go ahead and use one of those, since our brows are taking inspiration from her also. I'm also going to add just a touch to the 60s side, but then add some super glossy gloss. This is the time for glossy gloss. And you know what? Hey man, this look is pretty boss. Now it's been a pretty groovy time, but I'll catch you later. Bye, my dudes. I don't think there's a much better way for me to end this than with a few of the techniques from every of those decades on my face. Do your makeup however you want. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.
Now this